Hello, welcome to the Love You Deserve podcast, the podcast that helps professional women date with confidence, emotional intelligence, and spiritual alignment. I'm your host, Coach Yolanda Bethay. Let's get into today's episode. Healing doesn't mean you have to stop dating. Woo, take a breath on that. Yes, healing doesn't mean that you have to stop dating. But it does mean that you have to date differently. Because here's the truth: unhealed dating is reactive, and healed dating, which is our goal, healed dating is intentional. So let's talk about how to date while healing without sabotaging everything you worked on. Stop what you're doing, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this with the woman you know who needs this. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. I am going to give you 5 points. Number one, know your trigger before you go out on your date. Healing doesn't mean that your triggers automatically disappear. They're still there because you're healing. You're not whole yet. You can date while you're healing, but you have to become aware of your triggers, which means you have to learn how to respond differently. So ask yourself, what behaviors make me anxious? What conversations make me shut down? What situations make me overthink? If you understand your triggers before you go out on a date, then you won't project them onto your new date. Number two, don't use dating as validation. Dating should not be in the place where you have to prove that you're desirable, or you have to use dating to prove that you're worthy, or you have to use dating to prove that you're enough. No, you're enough without it. And when you date for validation, which means I'm getting my self-worth from another person, I'm getting my self-worth from outside of myself, then it's going to cause you to be at the mercy of the person whom you're looking for to validate you. Let's say, what if you go out with a guy? Let's say you a neck bone like Coach Yolanda, plus size girl. What if you go out on a date with a guy who is not into plus size girls? And what if he says, you need to order a salad because you're overweight? If you were looking for him for validation, if you were looking to that guy to speak into your life and make you feel good about yourself, then your self-worth would be decreased because of his opinion of you. That's the danger in validating ourselves outside of ourselves. Our validation should come from one place, and that's from God. Because God made us all and He made it good. And He stepped back when He made man and He said, that's good. When He made Eve, He said, that's good. And so we don't need validation outside of ourselves to know that we're good. We know that from God. You are good. You are wonderfully and beautifully made. And if no one has told you today that you're wonderful, you're beautiful, if no one has told you lately that they love you, Coach Yolanda loves you. You're worthy, and you don't need to get validation through a date or from a man. You are enough. you are worthy, and you are desirable. Now, all that one in my notes. So somebody's pulling on me, and I appreciate the pull. Number 3, stop explaining your wounds to emotionally unsafe men. What? No. The guy you're dating should not know that you're healing. What? No. That's a conversation you have when the guy has earned trust. That's that's a conversation you have after you become exclusive. So no. If you're just dating, if you're just kicking it, the fact that you're healing should not even come up in a conversation. Why? Because he may be a predator. He may be the kind of guy who is looking to date women who are healing so he can take advantage of your vulnerable state and get what he's looking for, which is sex. So, no, not every man deserves access to your healing journey. Not just a regular old date, not a first date, not a second date, not a third date. You have to say it's something here. And it has to be mutual. Because sometimes as women, we can say, oh, this is going good. Oh, we vibing. Oh, we got chemistry. And all of that is one way. We feel it, but he doesn't. And so here we go casting our pearls before swine. He's not, he's just not that into you. And he's just going out with you because he enjoy your company, not because he feels like you're somebody he can become exclusive with. So now that you have shared all your business with somebody and now he gone. So no, we only share the fact that we're healing with guys we become exclusive with. And hopefully, by the time you become exclusive, you will already be completely healed and you won't even have to have this conversation. Remember, your vulnerability is a gift. So don't share your precious gift with just anyone. Number 4, communicate your needs without apologizing. We grown women. We dating grown men. I don't have to apologize. The fact that you're walking through this healing journey, which means you're learning clarity, you're learning to be clear. And we're going to use this clarity in our dating relationships. So if you need consistency, say it. If he calls every now and then and texts every blue moon and that doesn't work for you, say it. If you need clarity, ask for it. If you feel like this is moving toward exclusivity and you're thinking, I found my person, I don't need to date anybody else, I think he's the one, and you have the conversation because he's giving you hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold vibes. Instead of guessing, just ask for clarity. Say, how do you feel about me? Where do you see this going? Are we just friends, or can you see yourself having more with me? See, grown men, they want you to talk plain. They want you to be real. They want you to say how you feel. You don't have to play games. I say it again, we're grown. Some of us are over 30, so we don't have time to play little children games. And the clock is ticking. Right? So hey, if you need clarity, ask for it. If you need consistency, say it. And if you need peace, protect it. What I mean by that? I mean, if he hot and cold and hot and cold and hot and cold, if he all over you in private and acting like he don't know you in public, that's a red flag. He's not consistent. He's showing you one thing behind closed doors, something else in public, which is leading me to think he's not that into you, or he's after one thing and he's just stringing you along, trying to give you enough to keep you there. And hopefully, if you hang around long enough, he thinks he's going to get lucky. So, no, protect your peace. And if he's inconsistent, address it. If you need clarity, ask for it. It's okay. Your healed self must be present in how you dating right now. So you don't leave the date and go home and say, well, I wished I would have asked him this, or I wish I would have said this. No, you address it there. Now, you don't be rude and you don't talk to him like he's a 2-year old, but you do address it. I hope I'm clear. If not, DM me and ask me a question. Stop what you're doing, hit the like button, click the subscribe button, and share this with a woman that you know who needs to hear this. Now, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Number 5, choose men who support your healing. Don't choose men that sabotage it. Did you hear what I just said? I said choose men, which means I have a choice, Coach Yolanda? Yes. You have a choice who you date. You can say yes or you can say no. So you choose men who support your healing. Even if you may date a guy who is outside of your comfort zone because you're used to dating men who aren't emotionally available. That's your normal. So now that you're going to date somebody who's available, that could be scary. But I want you to date somebody that supports your healing, because healed relationships won't trigger you, they'll hold you. Have your eyes open and your heart open and look for men who do these things. Look for men who respect your boundaries. If you say, hey, I like you, you cute, chemistry, we vibe, and yeah, all that's on point. But I'm not that girl who has sex before marriage. And if that's an issue for you, I just, that's a boundary. I would love for you to respect it and we still be friends and still go out. Tell me how you feel about what I just said. If he respects your boundaries, that's a good guy. Take note of the men who value communication. Communication, like not the weather or politics or March Madness. No. Communication, like where you see yourself in 5 years, where do you see yourself in a year? What's your biggest fear? What's your dream? What will be your dream job? I mean, deep conversations. Those men who value deep communication are going to be emotionally available. So you want to take note of men like that. Take note of men who move with patience. They're not pushy. They're not pushing their agenda. They're not saying, well, you need to decide you're going to be my girlfriend. Negro, this the second date. This the second date, bro. But I'm supposed to know if you my person? Mm. Healed men don't push. They don't push you physically. They don't push you emotionally. You gonna define the relationship? No, I'm not, because I don't know what that is yet. And take note of men who make you feel safe. if they make you feel safe, if they make you feel like you can open your heart, if they make you feel like I can tell them stuff, don't, but take note of how they make you feel in their presence. Because you want a man that makes you feel safe. Because emotional intimacy is very important in a relationship. And your healing can only take place in a space where you feel safe. So if you're with a man and you don't feel safe ever, we're on the fifth date, we on the sixth date, and you still don't feel safe. Wow, that might be a sign that he's not the one that you cast your pearls in front of. Here are your affirmations for the week. I honor my healing by choosing connections that support my growth. I date with intention, clarity, and emotional wisdom. My healing is my strength. It is not a burden. That's good. I'm going to say that one again. My healing is my strength, but it's not a burden. I choose partners who make me feel safe and seen. That's so good. And I attract relationships aligned with my healed identity, not my past traumas. I'm going to say that again. I attract relationships that align with my healed identity, not my past traumas. Here are your journal prompts for the week. What part of my healing journey do I want to protect while dating? What part of my healing journey do I want to protect while dating? Remember, we talked about not casting pearls before swine. So, whatever you're dealing with in your healing, it stays protected. You don't discuss it with this man while you're dating because he has to earn the right for you to cast pearls to him. Prompt number 2, what patterns am I committed to not repeating? What patterns am I committed to not repeating? That's a reflective question. It talks about past dating patterns. What have you noticed the pattern to be, and what are you committed not to do again? Number 3, how can I date intentionally instead of reactively? How can I date with intention? Easy. You date with intention. You date guys who are emotionally available. You date the opposite of what you would normally pick, basically. What qualities in a man support my emotional growth? What qualities in a man support my emotional growth? If I'm healing from the pattern of dating men who were cheaters, the qualities I look for in a man is going to be someone who is trustworthy. It's going to be someone who says something and then follows through on what he says. If he's inconsistent, if he says, I'm going to pick you up and don't show up, if he's a liar or inconsistent or not responsible, or I can't trust him or depend on him, then that's going to be somebody that's not going to support my emotional growth, because he's going to trigger me and I'm going to have those familiar feelings and I'm going to run away. Literally, or I'm going to guard my heart. And so, what qualities in a man support your growth depends on what patterns that you acknowledge that you've been dealing with in the past. I hope that makes sense. If you need clarity, you can always DM me or leave a comment in the show notes. Thank you for tuning in to the Love You Deserve podcast. If this episode blessed you, share it with someone who's healing and dating at the same time. I want you to hit that like button. I want you to click that subscribe button. I want you to share this with someone you know who is going through this healing process, someone who you know is searching for their person. We want to help them heal so their heart is open to receive the love that they deserve. Remember, healing creates a healthy heart. And when your heart is healthy and whole, you can open it to the guy who has earned the right to hold your heart. That's not everybody, but that's somebody. And we're going to talk more about that on the next episode. See you next time.